Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Disco Elysium for an episode that is beginning in literally exactly the same place as the previous episode, I think. And this one probably is also going to be wholly focused on this corpse, although in sort of a slightly different way. And hopefully there will be a lot less talking to Kuno in it.
Wait, is this the bookstore?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
No. Okay. Where is... Or is this the bookstore? Where is the bookstore? There are books there. This must be the bookstore.
It remains wild to me, like the stuff that you have no interest in, and like we just approach things so differently. This is part of the reason I thought this would be interesting, and I was right.
Okay, let me...
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Okay, so first of all, Pleasance? Perfect name. 10 out of 10.
Okay, well, her name is definitely Pleasance.
Rowbritta is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Wow, I have children? A family?
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Oh,
Okay.
that was the cold hand of death wrapping itself around your heart.
None of these responses are good. I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Oof, that's just tempting, but I don't want to play your colonization game. How about that? So, what about all these whirl things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Can we hold on a second here?
Yeah.
Have we talked about in this series why you might be excited about finding board games in the store? Is that information the viewers have? Because if not, perhaps.
Okay. Well, what do you want to tell them about that? I don't.
So Amabel professionally is a board game designer and publisher. That is how she makes her living. I thought you might want to deliver that yourself, but that's fine. I'll do all the work as usual.
I mean, I'm doing the amount of work that's commensurate with how much I am being reimbursed for this.
That's extremely fair.
I'm a professional board game designer with like 80 games published. I think it's 80. Mostly weird stuff though, which is I think people kind of. I think from the amount of times we talked about game design throughout this, I think it's that'd be kind of clear though. So I don't know. I will look through the pile of we're all related things.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
It is so
Yeah.
it is so hard for me to see an RPG book that is labeled anything compendium and not purchase it on the spot.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye.
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. Nonsense for anemic Beano-clods.
Okay, well, I'm done looking at these. I guess I'll look around a little bit first before we do have a time pressure, but
Gift books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundal somewhere. This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books.
I love
Sure,
the
you-
physical instrument is like, hell yeah, muscle books.
tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundal. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular if they're immoral and violent?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Well, that's not something I'd be interested in.
At last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say.
Yeah, this. So here's the thing: if you're running a bookstore, the thing where like you're snobby about the things you sell is not a great way to do that.
If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, the man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Okay.
Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. You couldn't buy these if you wanted to. But more importantly, you don't want to. This book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout.
Yeah, run up those stairs.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Sex crimes did pique your interest, but still, this Dick Mullen person only gets your pleasure centers down.
Yeah, is that the one people were comparing him to?
Yes.
Or calling him to mock him?
Yeah.
Look through the display of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Yeah, because in crime fiction, they actually solve crimes.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree.
That's
What's
fair.
more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for that just because probably be some good titles here.
You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Are there any more?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns.
Farewell, my Mullen is very funny.
Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Interesting that that's a reaction speed check.
Okay, so what is a reaction speed? Have I encountered that before? Oh, that's one of my skills, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
In my defense, there are like 40 of them to keep track of. So.
That number is different every time you say it. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid.
Oh.
A quaint picture book brochure. Very colorful.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Storekeep, anything of note in the shelf?
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest.
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
So you recommend it?
Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Imagine.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Oof.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it?
Full body wince right now.
Yeah. Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Yeah, I'll do this check and try to find something truly otherworldly.
You sense something ominous emanating from the shelf, but it lacks form and substance, and soon enough, you lose track of it.
Okay.
Over here, another boring book. Just discarded here.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins.
Ooh.
The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Okay, I need to find a map.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Squint first. Can you see cities on the island?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Muindi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
Huh.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Okay, let's look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west of the river?
Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock, It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Okay.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one in Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago, they also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Okay, I will buy the map of Martinez.
Always
Cowardice.
good to be informed of your surroundings.
Pure cowardice.
Okay, yes, I have a map.
Well, look at that.
Well, that's pretty. I like that. Okay. Alright, let's talk to the lady. There she is.
Just run right past her at full speed.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Pleasance.
That's basically what I said.
It's basically what I said.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Yeah, Amabel.
So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration.
Who's the little girl standing outside?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
I actually did not notice her going into the I'm gonna say of course, because I didn't want to get a kid in trouble.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
You basically ran right into her.
Not really.
Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her?
I don't know. I just walked right in here instead.
Oh yes, okay, that makes sense. It's working then. Yes. Do browse our books, sir.
Okay, I'll come back to this later. This is a whole thing. Let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
I was told that there's a huge fridge in the building cellar. Can you lead me there?
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
What if I want
Goodness,
to buy a book?
You were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go, get back there. The books await you.
I think it's maybe worth noting here, again, text elided. She fiddles with her pendant, then waves her bony fingers directly at you. Don't you feel compelled?
All right, I'll take a look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. All right, I'm gonna talk to the child that I. Okay, yeah, there's a whole ass child there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I told you to use that highlight button.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold.
Hello.
You.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. I am disappointed every time you don't just do something completely insane, like tell this child, I am the law.
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Pleasance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
I should have a word with the store owner, maybe?
I mean, you could help.
No, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
She's
Ass
looking
up.
for the right word.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
That sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow my eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Fine. No, okay, but Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
The lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
No. I don't like this description of my character's face.
Your shaved, prickly chin, distinctly contrasting with the oily mutton chops that surround it. I mean, if you look at the portrait in the bottom left,
that is accurate.
Feels about right.
Okay, bye. See you around in that.
The funny thing about the facial expression that they've got on your character is that I feel like, despite the fact that it's an expression, it does contribute to the feeling of it being oily. Oh, it's not. It's after 9.
Okay, well,
Pleasance may have locked you out.
we'll need to find another way. But for now, well, hang on. Are these
Old
connected?
call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Okay, so what should I do next? Or I guess we can go and see if any of the Union guys are in the mess hall. There's a lead we can follow up on.
It's all about money, you know? Thanks, dude.
Wait, is that a pinball machine?
That is a pinball machine. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Well, it's more than 2 hours, but not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum.
Yeah, they're not going to get me to ever take a drink in the game. It's not gonna happen. Oh, I can't click on the pinball machine.
Nope, not interactable.
Hello, sweetie.
No, I'm not gonna hit on her. Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no Sweetie. Look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Stupid dimple has only brought me suffering.
Dimple or not, I am a bitter man. The years have taken their toll.
Take heart, officer. You're still a man in your prime. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead, which is inappropriate, especially considering, like, you two definitely met already.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Are you okay? I'm very sorry I crashed into you earlier. I don't know what got into.
Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that?
Yeah, what was that?
From where I was standing, it looked like you were about to pull out 2 guns, but drew out 2 birdies instead. Well, I'm glad you weren't injured.
I gotta get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
It is so much worse that she's, like, so sweet and forgiving and not mad at you at all.
Yeah.
If she was upset with you, I feel like, you know...
It's a perfectly good fridge right here.
The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. Yeah, he told you he had a fridge. He said you can't use it.
Yeah, there's...
Not that he didn't have one.
in this...
You know, this place does serve food. There's probably food stuff in that fridge.
Yeah. Wait, so where is the... Is this the hall? Where am I...
Yep, that's the note. But you read that earlier.
Read it earlier, okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out what... Let me pull up my... This is so exciting for everyone. Gotta call Alice back. I don't...
You're all
I
set
don't-
for tonight.
Yeah, should I just go to bed then? I guess I'm just going to... I mean, this is past my bedtime, generally.
Yeah, you're just gonna leave the body in the...
Well, I can't get into the... I didn't see a way to get into behind the building.
I mean, listen, you're driving. Don't...
I'm driving. It's just I'm running up to the point where I'm probably missing something obvious.
You mean like your shoe? I love you.
I love you too. Like there is probably some way into this building.
For some reason, you're not even given the opportunity to just kick the door down and start shooting.
I know. So who...
Just start blasting immediately.
Huh. Yeah, I'm a little stuck. Because I want to get the body in a fridge.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually happened to go outside at the wrong time. What are you still doing up, Kuno?
Did you just click on Kuno on purpose?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Okay,
Kuno
I'm
doesn't
off.
fuck.
I don't know if you know this, but Kuno doesn't fucking care.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Yeah, I guess I'm just giving up on this because it won't. Overnight's not going to be any good. It feels bad to have failed and not realize that the door was going to be locked behind me when I left the. Try to remove his boots.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
I mean, listen, I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah.
If you want to just go to bed, you can just go to bed.
I know you're not telling me what to do. I'm feeling a little directionless at the moment. Which I feel is not probably the most exciting, compelling television on the internet.
It is. It is the single most compelling television on the internet.
But like I've lost the opportunity to fridge him. I mean, there's no, as far as I can tell, there's no way to get back into that building, to get to the cellar, to get to a fridge. I got the timing wrong, and because of that, the thing's just gonna decompose all night, and we'll be leaving the point. This feels bad. This failure feels bad. Let's bag him, take him away. Let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination.
If you think so, officer, I'm not going to object. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. May they rest in processing.
Then what?
It's too late to take him into processing today. I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage.
Okay, so he's not actually leaving with the corpse anyway.
Well,
So what the hell, Kim?
alright. Well, I'm gonna... Yeah, let's turn in for the night.
Okay.
No one else to talk to in here.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
I'll be back, door. Mark my words.
The door stands silent, unmoved by your words.
Okay, well that's something.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
The what now?
The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
None of these are words that I would use to describe. Oh, but she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
I should not do that.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Nope, not gonna do that.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
Oh, you shouldn't smoke, Kim. So what are our powers exactly, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Hey, this is a weird way to mix this scene.
Yeah. 1,000, why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists?
We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
There is a slight physical revulsion in him while saying that, but he's worked through it in the intervening years.
Have I killed anyone?
That's an improbability. Perhaps even impossibility.
Of course you've killed people. It's somewhere down there, melting in all the drink.
Okay, hold on. Just hold on a second. I gotta...
Yeah.
This is driving me crazy. What the hell is wrong with them? We're just gonna do this for a second, so until this scene is over. Like I said, like keeping the audio working between multiple audio sources, two people on different computers in different audio environments and everything. Like it's always a challenge, even when the game is mixed in a way that makes sense. But then on top of it, ugh.
This feels like this is a thing where I think it feels like I'm being given a choice. And I'm going to go with I don't think I have.
Perhaps. But Precinct 41 is known for a higher than average rate of kills.
He raises his eyebrows.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
You know, this is such a weird science fiction world where that's a thing.
Yeah, can you imagine?
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket where he keeps his notes.
And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
I'll say nothing here.
Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot the body down, which was quite the shot.
I was inspired by your confidence in me, Kim.
I admit I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. Your shot enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something, but maybe the boys in processing will surprise us. We still have work to do at the crime scene. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
He takes a deep drag and looks at the city.
The initial interviews, yes. Well, we talked to some people.
Mm-hmm. Including Everard Clare, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He's. I'm sure I can get him to tell us more.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
Oh,
I want a different name, one I haven't ruined yet.
You can look into the process of changing your name after we finish this investigation. We interviewed Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep, and learned a lot. None of it very good news for us or Martinez, but
he gives you a quick nod of acknowledgement and approval.
above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
That's really good. Oh.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Oh, see, I'm torn between the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a really cute character note. Yeah, I don't want to waste time. My mind moves fast, but I have to keep up. But also, I don't know why I do the things I do. Lieutenant Kitsuragi is.
It is
I mean,
pretty good.
That's more accurate, and like my feeling is that Kim does not believe that I have this amnesia.
He did make a comment at some point that suggested.
And I would just I wanted to convince him to be okay with me. And I have to understand that, but I if I could convince him that this is a real thing the character is going through, but I am trying my best. I'm not trying to make it about me. It's just I don't know these things. I would love if I could do that.
All right, but, and forgive me, this has been bothering me since this morning. How have you managed to run around all day wearing only one shoe?
It's part of...
Well, I mean, it's not the wrongest thing you've ever said.
See, I can't... The word penance...
Yeah.
What it reminds me of is the time in Marvel Comics where Speedball
okay.
had the suit, and then his cat had a suit that did the same thing, and he called himself the Penitent Puss, and that's where my brain goes.
Real Marvel Comics history, folks. Go ahead and Google the Penitent Puss.
I didn't even notice it. The work comes first, you know.
Well, there seems to be a shoe that is a match to the one you're wearing further down the balcony. Perhaps you can collect it when we're done talking.
Oh, there is. I see it now. Wow.
Yep, it's been right there the whole day.
Imagine how much faster you could run wearing a cool patent leather shoe on each foot.
He smiles suddenly.
The Moral Intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
I'm on the balcony. I'm just gonna be as honest as possible.
Okay. This is the honesty balcony.
Yeah, I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here.
Okay. There are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
So I heard that sound. When he said union of center-left and center-right. But listen, you right now are living off of the largesse of the power of capital bestowed upon you by Joyce Messier. And you didn't seem to have a problem with it then.
Sweetie, don't do the but you live in a society curious guy from the well thing. I mean, okay? What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something ominous. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
Thank you, electrochemistry. Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah. Well, I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. What do you think?
We are stooges. Well, yeah, so the only thing that Harry, I still can't get used to that name, that Harry has read is a communist magazine. So I don't know what he was politically before this, before his amnesia and everything, but I feel like he's just been radicalized.
Okay, hold on. Are you saying that, like, he would just believe whatever the first thing he read was, or that the power of that magazine was such that it has just wiped clean any other belief system you might have had?
I think kind of both. I think if he had, because here's the thing, he's a cop. We know that he's a cop. And so he is someone who has, because what is a cop but someone who exists to uphold the existing order and protect the rights of property. And so he's definitely, before this, at least bought into that. And he wakes up realizing he's a cop, horrified at what a mess everything is, and really out of his depth. And then he comes across people saying, like, yeah, this order sucks. And he's coming into this world and sees the suffering in it, sees the...
Right, I mean, we're literally living among the remnants of the shelling.
Yeah, and I feel like if he's coming into the world on this day, this is the first day where this version of him has been alive, and he is encountering all this stuff fresh, without those preconceptions that are taught to us, that are built into us, and then he comes across this knowledge of, like, hey, question all of this. I think it would have a very strong effect on him, because everything that we do in our lives unintentionally to protect capitalism, protect the patriarchy, to protect all of these systems is stuff that's been taught to us slowly over decades. And if you're coming into it fresh with none of that, then I think you'll be a lot more receptive to actual liberating radical ideas.
Yeah, I have some. Yeah, okay.
What? You have a different take on that?
No, I have the same take, but more strident.
Oh, I want to hear it then, please.
No, let's just focus on the game for now.
We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois rights.
No. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantes sound bad. Is there Batman in this world? Like, as a fictional construct? I can't...
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses, the red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
It sure has.
I'll just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation would help improve the situation here, at least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door.
Hey, psst.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Can't argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I think that last one was me. Sorry, you're catching some flack.
Yeah, also, I really strongly object to the sodomized landowners, because why would you do something so nice for them? what on earth? Prostate is a privilege.
Listen, you'll never hear me say that I'm pro-state, but what do you think here? How much are you willing to cop to this claim?
I mean, I don't agree with some of these, but all right, that sounds like me.
Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, first, what's this communism even about? I want to see the definition of communism within this world.
Why?
Failure. It's about failure.
I think you're somewhat more likely talking to rhetoric to get the definition of communism within this man.
Yeah. Failure?
Yes. Abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished. Beaten. curb stomped and pissed on until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
That's not really how communism works, but I'm... Okay.
Can you prove that it...
to work, comrade.
Can you prove that it's not?
I mean, a big part of the reason why we try to raise class consciousness is because it's not a thing that one person can do, or even a thing where, like, vanguardism doesn't actually work. So you really actually, I'm not.
What is the value, I ask you, of this of arguing with this?
Roll up your sleeves and start building communism. Yes, opt in. Yeah, I know it's too tiring. I'm gonna be beaten down and broken, but it's worth fighting. Yes.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Roll up your sleeves further and breathe in the pristine air.
Oh, better go have a look at the old thought cabinet. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. And they were right, until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and crass Mazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51.
Yes.
Temporary penalty to your visual calculus. Wouldn't want to get reactionary, you know. It's fine. You're fine. That's your shoe.
Get my shoe.
Oh. A gust of briny wind rushes over you. Also, shoe.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet.
I like that it was a secret task.
It wasn't listed in the thing.
Like two baby crocodiles.
These do not look like normal cop shoes.
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's more than
You
fair.
may be what they call a big dick cop.
You tell him, electrochemistry.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Okay, well that's cool. You got your morale back.
My shoes. Okay. Oh, I have a skill point.
I mean, you got a
Okay.
ton of XP from sort of the end of the evening here.
All right. What have I been having trouble with?
So that's an interesting way to, sort of like spend your points in a compensatory manner.
You know what? No, if I don't have anything that's really calling me, I'm just gonna lean into shivers, I think.
Okay, yeah. I see that.
And now, oh, now that it's gone.
Well, I mean, because it's out there.
Well, I was at the door when it came. I already clicked on the door when it came up, so I didn't.
The smell of the sea makes you dizzy.
Okay, well that's not much of it. Okay.
There's something on the table. Oh, hey, 40 cents. Not a freshman anymore. That's really... Forget that I said that. See you in the morning, Kim.
Hey, what's this door?
It's probably adjoining with the bathroom in the next room, you know.
All right. I'm still mad about that.
What?
The bed is cold.
Oh, that, yeah,
and
yeah.
Not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
Sorry.
The sheets look awful.
This bed is...
This.
Ugh.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Thanks, tutorial agent.
Crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
This. This is familiar. Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
I will check. The first thing I do is check the pillow. It should be cold against my cheek, is what I want a pillow to be.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Check the
It
blanket.
barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Roll over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
I was worried to be all Prousty in there. Oh, this. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, of course it's me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I was left. It's almost certain that he was left.
Yeah.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type.
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Yeah, you know, just kind of a night.
Yeah. Nope.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I got a thought.
Good
Hang on.
going, buddy.
Oh my God, what the heck? Is that what I was going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
The hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No, I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
It is, I think, kind of a neat mechanical character note that you only just succeeded on that volition check. The point that you put in volition was critical.
Wow. That's a lie. I can do this without speed. Half the town won't be dead. I'm opting out. And maybe this is me being just my goody two-shoes self, because I've never done a drug before, other than, girl drugs. But also, but I feel like this again, this person's trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Okay. I think perhaps that is a good place to leave it for today.
Okay.
Hey, we finally finished the first day. And it was only like 11 episodes or something. I'm sure we'll be done with this case in no time. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching, for coming with us on this journey. It is only going to get so much grimmer. When you come back next time, brand new morning. And we'll see you then.